We continue our conversation now. So far, been an interesting show, really, really interesting show, and just having fantastic conversations with really amazing people. From Renee Pretorius about the work that she's doing with the Memoirs for a Mother project, and then having a chat to Navilia Malloy, who is the head of programs for Heartlines, talking about that iconic series that they're relaunching, and now onto somebody who is very remarkable. I follow her across the social media platforms. I've met her before, but I just can I be a fanboy? I have to think about it. But it's maybe I'm a bit of a fanboy because I follow you. It's Angela Yeung, who's made history by becoming the first South African to reach the true summit of Mount Manaslu, an achievement that solidified her name in the mountaineering world. But her climbing, apart from reaching new heights and making impact, she's also a jewellery designer, a dedicated activist against gender-based violence, and she's using her next flex, not move, flex, which is Mount Everest, to raise awareness and support for survivors of GBV. Angela, good morning and thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Sam, for having me. I'm so thrilled.
Look, I've said this to you off air before we started. Where do you find the time? You are a busy bee.
I know.
You are incredibly busy.
I think planning is one of the most important assets, I think. And also compartmentalizations.
Yeah.
You compartmentalize. I'm here with you, Sam. So I'm 100% with you. So it's every time when you're in that space, you put 100% of yourself. That's how you manage your time.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of looking at it. But I love how you oversimplify stuff, because you have this way of compartmentalize. And like, we all know it, but some of us can't do it. You just practice. You just find a way of practicing it and doing it. And now this big flex of going to Mount Everest and being the only the second woman or the second South African to ever summit from the Tibetan side, and the last time was 26 years ago.
Yes, so the second South African woman.
Yeah, to be able to go from the Tibetan side in the last 26 years, you're going to do it. Why are you doing it? What is wrong with you?
I love that.
I'm just joking. I know you're doing it for a much greater cause.
Absolutely.
But what happened? Why did you decide that this is something you needed to do?
I think going back to 2017, that was the first time I met my biological mother after 30 years.
Wow.
Of constantly looking for her. 30 years is a long time.
Yes, to be looking for someone. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is not a coincidence. So I think really related to the difficulty and those obstacles the girl childs are facing every day. So when Track for Mandela came to me and said to me, Angela, we're climbing Kilimanjaro for caring for girls.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. And I said, oh my God, I found my mom. And you can only give when your cup is full. Don't think that you can give, anyhow. But that's the true giving when you have.
Yeah.
So I felt, okay, I think I can do this now. So I trained hard to climb Kilimanjaro twice.
Yeah, and it was a big news story, yeah.
Yeah.
It was really, really big.
So 2018, 2019, I climbed Kilimanjaro for caring for girls. Girls, they cannot afford sanitary pads.
I think one of them you also did with Leanne Manners at some point, right?
Yeah, so she actually did before me.
Yeah, she did before you, okay.
Yeah. So we climbed the mountain, we raise fund, we give back.
That must be an amazing feeling, right?
Absolutely.
Because you're doing it's not just the climb. You've literally been training for weeks and even months before then. To be able to do that, and then you raise the funds and you're able to change the lives. Is there a bit of an addiction there? Doesn't that make you go like, I got to do it next time again?
I think, you don't do that to yourself. You don't torture yourself. You don't get addicted to torture yourself, you know. You really have to have your why. I think you need to find your why. That's where you push. That's when you get to summit, you still need to push yourself down.
Yeah, because you obviously you can't live there. It's not one way. You got to come back.
I think, when we give out the sanitary pads, I decide to give back to Free States because that's where I come from. And that was like those moments that you seeing the girls, they're receiving 4 months supplies. But actually speaking to the parents, and we realized, they said to me, Angela, you're not just helping the girls, you're actually helping us.
Because we have to pay for that.
Exactly.
And that's a cost we don't have.
We didn't actually realize that. And on top of that, they said to me, Angela, we actually adopt 2 to 3 different girls in our community. So every family, they will...
Additionally to our own.
Yes, exactly. That's where the cost coming. And we didn't even know. We took it for granted. Oh, pads. You get it every day, every month. Something we all can afford. No, not everybody can afford.
Yeah. So you do Kilimanjaro. You then do Kilimanjaro again. And I mean, everybody praises you for it because the first time is always tough. And then you go back. And then after that, you do your next one.
Yes. So 2020, COVID started.
Yeah.
Seeing people suffering. And I realized that a lot of people are actually going home hungry. And I said to myself, let's just do a food drive. Sam, by calling out on social media, friends and family, they said to me, okay, we will drop off food. We received 10 tons of food. I don't even know what is 1 ton.
I can't imagine you want to do good, and now you're sitting with 10 tons of food at your home. And now you've got to distribute it. You've got to find people.
Exactly. And only realized, the lady, she says to me, actually, you have 1 forklift, 1 pallet, that's 1 ton. You have 10 tons here. And then we have to get a big truck to give it to gender-based violence shelters, OH home, orphanage.
Okay.
And that's who's Angela giving out the food. That's how we started Imperial Collection Foundation.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah. We had a conversation about it as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So later I received people seeing that we're doing good. And they give us 1 ton of sanitary pads. Oh my goodness. And we gave out to HIV Pass of Home and also special girls. One of the girls came up to me and said, Auntie Angela, next time when you come, please bring us some bras.
Yeah.
And I look, they're not wearing a bras. So, and I spoke to the lady in the community and they says, that's why gender-based violence started, from exposing themselves, and perpetrators see that as an invitation of sexual attention. We offer, bras relate to cancer. No. And
it's a different context in a community.
Exactly.
And to be honest with you, I've never heard that before. This is the very first time I've heard that. And logically, I can, to a degree, see the connection.
Exactly. So, and we did a research and realized there was 2,700 women die from gender-based violence that year. And we thought, let's just collect 2,700 bras to commemorate those ladies. But we came back with 6,200. And we laid it out at the Constitutional Hills by the Women's Jail. We gave we handed in a memorandum to the public safety department, and the media start noticing, wow, okay, is this what you guys doing? And when you see those bras are laying out at the Constitutional Hills,
that represents a person.
6,200 person was actually saying to you, please stop this. That was
very powerful.
It is. It was. And so that's why I climbed 6,200 meters, Island Peak, to echo what we do for Empower Her. And later, of course, we've been doing a lot. We received hospital beds, and uniforms we gave out to the Durban floods at that time. And we realized, the most important thing is education. You can give out as many resources as you want.
It's so weird, Angela. When I met you the first time, I remember Mpilo was like still starting out. It was an organization, but it didn't have the traction it has now. And kind of the awareness. And I remember we were having a chat, and I think the bulk of the question was talking about jewellery and diamonds and all that kind of stuff, right? That was the bulk of our conversation.
Yeah.
And then you kind of talked about Mpilo a little bit, and you talked about the organization, and you talked about the work that you do. Are you amazed at how much resonance, relevance the organization now has within the social impact space?
Yes.
Because I remember that conversation, and I see the work that you're doing now. I mean, you're getting ready to go to Mount Everest to help fight gender-based violence. Are you sometimes taken aback by just kind of not the public reaction, but the corporate reaction, how people see you, how they see Mpilo and the work that you do?
I think we still wanted to have
greater,
but looking back, we actually impacted 100,000 people for the last 5 years.
Wow.
And because we received 10,000 liters of sanitizer, we gave out to 60,000 learners during COVID time. Just humbly, quietly, we're doing our own thing. And we have people from all walks of life, men's, women, different colors, you name it. We all come together and have a common goal. I think that's the powerful message that we're giving out, is to stand for humanity. And that's also give me more courage to actually climb the mountain.
What's the preparation been like now for Everest, and when are you leaving?
I'm leaving around the 10th of April. I'm still waiting for the permit from China because they are very strict. And the Chinese will be climbing first before any of the foreigner going to climb the mountain. Yeah, people mistaken, they look at me, they thought, oh, you're Asian. Askis, I'm African.
No, and I know that is a real thing. If you look at Angela, you would think that she's not from South Africa, but she is truly a South African. Preparation going well though?
So much preparations, like from packing, from training, takes a lot of my time. Like you said, I have a 9-to-5 job.
I don't know how you find the time.
I still get up early, or after work I go train. So between time I find time, and endurance, cardios, and
You must be fit, eh?
I
You must be
hope
fit
so.
on a level that, I mean, both Mpilo and I couldn't keep up with you. You must be fit as a fiddle. Is it in the back of your mind that, yes, obviously, this is an important summit for the cause, right? Gender-based violence. But it's also going to be history making, because it'll be the first time in 26 years since Cathy O'Dowd.
Yes, exactly. I think to follow her legacy, it's really my dream. And watching her and listening to her. On top of that, I think with the why, the reason, that will be, it's a plus. Yeah. It's not about, like I say, climbing the mountain, it is not about me. It takes a village to climb this mountain. Even coming here, talking about the cause, we need support from the media, from the corporate.
Definitely, I agree with you.
It is really just not about me.
It's the time that we use these platforms to highlight and spotlight amazing people, and that's what I believe. We should use media to highlight and spotlight amazing people. There is a place to tell us about death, murder, and rape, but it can't be every hour on the hour. To make it feel as if we're living in a country of hopelessness, despair. Nobody's thinking about how to fix these issues. And that's my current challenge with legacy media, is that all we get fed every hour at the top of the news is how corrupt we are, how miserable we are, how horrible the country is, how we're not living up. And I think we need to use these platforms to spotlight people like you, the cause that you do, organizations, brand building, and all of that stuff. And that's why we do this for a fact. Yesterday was your breakfast. How did it go? You had a breakfast, almost a going away thing, right?
Yeah, for the media, yes.
Yeah.
It was really good just to have media to come in and ask for the questions. And like why we're climbing from the north side. And
Which is difficult.
yeah, it is difficult. And also you need to have an 8,000 meters experience to climb the north side. They ask you for the certificate that you actually have climbed climbed the 8,000 meters to qualify to climb.
Or else you can't.
You can't.
Because it's dangerous.
It is. So they make sure to be safe, and people are qualified to climb the mountain. So I'm not there to suicide. I'm there to make sure that I'm safely.
I'm not there to commit suicide.
Yeah, I'm coming back to do good.
Yeah, and that's the point. Final question as we wrap up. We can follow your journey. We can watch this journey. Where can we go to do that? And then just maybe you're loaded in that way, but how are you funding this? I mean, it takes a massive effort. This is expensive. What, 800,000 rand?
Yeah. It is expensive, very expensive. I fund it myself, so for my business. And
Wow.
also,
Kudos to you for doing that. That's amazing.
thank you. But we need people to have the awareness of the course. And also we still busy collecting 8,849 bras. That's the height of Mount Everest. And corporate can come in, even 1 rand per meters that I climb.
Yeah.
And
Ideally, we want them to give 1,000 rand per meter. But
please,
okay.
yes,
But
let's
start
do
with
that.
We'll start.
Yeah, we
Let's
need
go.
that.
Let's go. Yeah.
well, we need corporate to come in because, like, people are giving us resources. They have no idea we need money for logistic. Even the bras that we're collecting, we need to wash them, pack them, and label them. Those are the costs people
Those are
don't
costs that
see
eat
it.
into things. Yeah.
They don't see it behind it. So we need the support from the corporate. 25 rand a new bra. You don't have to give them the pre-loved one. You can
No.
give them a new one. It's
A new
25 rand.
As we wrap up and we have to go to news, Angela, where can people go? How can they follow your journey?
Please go to our website, www.impilofoundation.org, and follow my social, Angela Yeung, Impilo Collection Foundation.
Love it, and we are going to have a chat to you closer to April, the day or 2 days before, even if it ends up being a phone call. We'd love to have a chat to you about it. That's Angela Yeung. She's made history as the first South African to reach the true summit of Mount Manaslu. She's now on April the 10th going to conquer Mount Everest from the Tibetan side, and she's the first South African woman to do it in 26 years. The last person to do it was Kathy O'Dowd. So we take our hat off to you. That's an amazing story, and we're going to follow this journey.
Thank you.